Welcome to Game 2 of G4 versus Washed Up. Looks like Washed Up are choosing to use their actual team name this time. And straight away we're seeing some familiar bans from Game 1. So Visage being banned out straight away, as well as Magnus, and Washed Up choosing not to want to deal with that pesky Legion commander this time and banning it out, and G4 banning out Quap just like they did last time as well. So once again this game I'm joined by Yamachen. Welcome.
Hey.
And what do you think, taking the lessons that they've learned from last game, how do you think Washed Up are going to want to look to play this one again? Do you think they're going to try and run some stronger lanes this time around?
I feel like they shouldn't really change too much of how they play, like hero-wise. I think they just needed to be a little bit more aggressive and like maybe ban out the heroes that aren't gonna keep them alive during ganks. Because last game it was very hard for them to gank the safe lane as well as the mid lane, just because they had BKB heroes. But I think they should stick with the style, because I think what they had seemed alright, because they managed to turn a lot of fights around. But if those heroes weren't BKB heroes, then I think it would have been much easier for Washed Up to take.
So Washed Up have chosen to go with the Warlock, and they managed to get a lot done with that hero last game. No, Warlock was on G4 last game, wasn't he?
Yeah, it looks like
he was. Yeah.
Slots.
So they've chosen to pick it up this time, and G4 grabbing the Crystal Maiden. That's pretty much opposite, I believe.
5 seconds.
Yep. The only difference here is that G4 picked Warlock second and had the Legion first.
Yeah. Okay. So Bristleback being picked up by G4, very strong hero, incredibly strong with the CM aura as well. So lots of Quill Spray spam. So excellent 1-2. Bristleback leaves them open to put it. We've seen it run safe lane. We've seen it run mid. We've seen it run in the off lane. I think arguably he's a much better safe laner. Is probably his best position at the moment, but
5 seconds remaining.
He is a very versatile pick, so
Reserve time.
we'll have to see what Washed Up grab for this next hero. Do you think it's interesting that Treant, Clock, and Jakiro were all ignored in Game 1? Do you think we might see some of those heroes make an appearance in this game?
Maybe the Clockwork. The Clockwork could work out for them. Treant, not too much. I think you've already got the Warlock. You shouldn't really need the Treant, because they both seem to do the same thing in a defensive stance. But I think because Washed Up banned out that Legion, it just made it so much easier for the Bristleback to be picked up. I think if I was them, maybe if the lanes look nice for it, could go an Axe.
I was just about to say that. The Axe is another fantastic hero to pick up against that Bristleback. He will suffer quite heavily in lane to him though. So if they do pick him up, they'll want to run him in some sort of dual lane, I think.
They could run him with the Warlock actually.
Yeah, that would be a good lane, but they've gone for the Batrider, who we have seen run position 4, so he's not necessarily stuck as being the off laner. Though I don't know that he had a lot of success in that pos 4. I did see I think it was Pylai Dai play him for NP
10 seconds remaining.
at the Manila Masters.
Radiant team ban.
I'm not gonna lie, I probably didn't pay attention to that much during the Manila Masters.
It was from what I recall, the Batrider was fairly uneventful. As you can imagine, that Batrider that doesn't get a blink dagger for 20 minutes doesn't really accomplish a whole lot on the map.
There's a lot of emphasis on the Blink Dagger, but in most pro games with the Batrider and whatnot, Blink is actually being picked up as a second to third item. Usually second now instead of like a straight up rush. Most teams seem to enjoy running drums a lot more than
yeah, that's been very
Blink Dagger.
popular. It's not a bad intermediary item at all. I don't think.
I think it's really good because it allows your team to just group up, whereas with the Blink Dagger, you don't have to actually like group up. You just find a pick here and there, go back to farming. But with the drums, like it just allows the teams to just go as 5.
Yeah, but I think as a position
10
4
seconds
Batrider, I just don't know that drums is that good because it's just going to
5
delay
seconds remaining.
that blink dagger for so long.
Yeah, it's a really big build up on a support. Maybe if it was an offlane, you'd see the
Dire
drums.
team pick.
Yeah, so we'll see what position they choose to run him in. So G4 have banned out the Sven, they've banned out the Luna again. So two heroes that both very strong farmers.
10 seconds
This
remaining.
was similar to what they banned out in game 1 as well. In fact, 3 of those heroes are
5
identical. They banned the
seconds
Quap,
remaining.
they banned the Sven, and they banned the Luna. And the Visage, actually.
Reserve
Is
time.
this an identical 4 bans that we saw in game 1 from G4?
I don't think G4 banned out the Quap. I think it was Washed Up that banned out the Quap, but
Radiant
G4
Up?
definitely did ban the other 3 heroes. Sven was banned last, and the Luna was banned at the same time.
And so Washed Up have banned out Nyx. They struggled a lot with him last game. Fantastic play from Nyx last game, just making a lot of space, and the combo with
10
Lifestealer was so
seconds
strong.
remaining.
And they've banned out the Meepo as well. I'm just going to guess that's
5
a bit of a
seconds
targeted ban,
remaining.
and that's just a hero that G4 like to pick up from time to time.
It
Although I
would
feel
have
like
to be.
Reserve time.
they probably have the answers for that for a Meepo already in their kit with the Warlock and the Batrider. But G4 have picked up a Night Stalker, so that's going to be their position 4, I think. He has been played in offlane in the past, and he has been played mid, but currently, at least in this meta, he's seen a lot of position
10
4 play,
seconds
and
remaining.
I think that's where he's most strong. And again, with that CM aura,
5 seconds
during that
remaining.
first night, we'll have to keep our eyes on him, because I think he's just going to be able to get a lot done.
Dire team pick.
So I'm pretty sure this is going to be a drums Batrider.
Yep, this is looking more and more like a position 3. We could still see him mid. S4 style Batrider.
What is this, 2012?
10 seconds remaining.
I'm pretty sure that was like the last time I saw a mid Batrider that was actually
5
effectively
seconds
used.
remaining.
Who was it that was playing? S4 was playing him mid.
Reserve time.
Wasn't that long ago?
Radiant team pick.
So in G4 picking up Weaver, so this is probably going to be a safe lane Bristleback? An off lane Bristleback and a safe lane Weaver?
It could be mid Bristleback if the matchup is quite nice for it as well. If a Bristleback is
10
going up against an
seconds
Ember Spirit,
remaining.
the Bristleback usually wins as well. It's still fairly open for them
5
at this
seconds
point.
remaining.
Yeah, fantastic drafting by G4. It's really hard to tell where it is that they're trying to,
Dire
what
team
direction
back.
they're trying to take this draft in. They just have such versatile picks, and Washed Up grabbed the Juggernaut.
I think
I
that
think
was
it's
a
just-
good pick actually.
Not quite as standout as when G4 picked it
10
last game. I
seconds
think it was
remaining.
a very obvious pick.
5 seconds
I
remaining.
think I think Juggernaut's gonna struggle in this game, at least pre-Manta, because you've got the silence.
Reserve time.
You can't Blade Fury out of Bristleback. He's got no immunity to Bristleback as well. The Omni Slash isn't going to do a lot to him. Weaver's going to be able to invis away from the Omni Slash. Night Stalker probably just tanks through it. The only hero that he's really going to be able to get
Radiant
kills on
team
there
back.
is the Crystal Maiden.
He can definitely kill the Bristleback actually, because this is one of the nice things about Jug is because of his attack animation, it means that he gets quite a lot of hits in. But the Silver Edge is a good pickup for Jug. 50% damage reduction as well as the
10
break on
seconds
the Bristleback
remaining.
himself. So if you catch out that Bristleback by himself, doing the ulti
5
should be enough to
seconds
kill him
remaining.
or bring him like really low to the point where you can finish him off with Blade Spin.
Radiant team.
How would you feel about them having gone with a Troll Warlord, for example, instead, who's another very good Silver Edge builder? In fact, they still could at this point. They could go for a either a safe lane or a mid Troll Warlord.
10 seconds.
Not gonna
remaining.
lie, I honestly don't think that Troll Warlord is a good hero to go into the Night Stalker,
And I
but
called
they'll
it.
still do it anyway.
And there it
yeah.
is. There's the Troll Warlord.
So it's gonna be like another mid Jug, but
They could run the Troll mid. I think Troll is just as viable a mid as Juggernaut is. And he's got the option for range, so he does a bit better
10
in
seconds
certain
remaining.
matchups. And I doubt at this stage they know
5
whether or not
seconds
the
remaining.
Jug or the Troll is going to go mid. And so against the Storm Spirit, I imagine they're probably going to send the Juggernaut.
I would actually throw the Troll mid against the Storm Spirit. The Jug is actually going to get bullied.
The
The
Jug
amount of
can
times
just...
that Remnant's going to be up compared to Spin though, like Storm should bully out the Jug quite hard. Whereas with Troll Warlord, he can go for the PMS still and go between ranged and melee, so he can go in and out. Whereas with Jug, he has to go in, and he's going to take a beating if he's not spinning. Because yeah, it looks like Curry Puffs has taken the Troll. So he played the mid last game.
Yeah, he did. So it is going to be a mid troll, and it is going to be a safe lane Juggernaut with off lane Batrider.
I think any other hero there, such as like Ember Spirit or whatnot, the Jug mid would have been fine. But I think because of that Storm pick, they have to move him. Even if it was like OD mid, then the Jug would have been fine there as well. But that one hero probably changed how they wanted to lane it.
Alright, so very quick smoke coming out, and we'll take this opportunity to once again go back through and introduce the players and what they'll be playing. So we've got Tobes on the Witch Doctor, Curry Puffs playing Troll Warlord. Over on the Juggernaut, we've got Shep at home, Suck on D's on the Batrider, and Washed Up Birdie, sorry, playing the Warlock.
He's pretty washed up.
I don't think they're very washed up after last game. So moving over to G4, we've got Peridot playing the CM, Bristleback being played by... Sorry, it looks like he hasn't said his name correctly. Magistu on Storm Spirit. Over on the Nightstalk, we've got Cox, and finishing up, we've got Ningy on the Weaver.
That is a lot of regen actually on the Weaver. I think they're planning on leaving him alone against the Batrider.
I think that's not a bad matchup. I think that's pretty good.
The Batrider can actually
30
kill the Weaver
seconds to battle.
if this Weaver doesn't play carefully. 12 seconds is a long time, especially when you don't have boots. Firefly can just run you down.
I think you just play around it though. You get a magic stick, and he's going to pick one of those up early. He's got all the items for it. He's got the two ironwood branches and that circlet as well. So he'll have that within the first minute for sure.
The battle begins.
This Night Stalker is being played just like the Sand King from last game.
Oh, yeah,
Similar
boots first.
playstyles, yeah, similar playstyles. They both have the stun, the slow as well to go with the stun as well, and the Crystal Maiden. One less set of tangos as before, but ideally they're being played the same style.
And she's opted to go for that one clarity against this exact same build as last game. So looking at the Batrider, he's certainly packed himself a lot of regen as well. So he's also got himself the circlet and the two iron branches, so he'll go for that nice and early magic stick. And
I honestly don't think they can kill the Batrider. I think what Bat's done with going double regen is actually perfect. I don't see a good chance for them to actually effectively kill him, because the damage coming out from Night Stalker just isn't enough, even with the CM and Weaver. Like, I think Weaver needs to just be left alone, which is what they're doing.
do you think if they can get the silence out on the Batrider before he's able to get Firefly during nighttime, that they'll be able to get the kill?
What is that, level 1? It's 5 seconds. I don't think they can kill him in 5 seconds either. Because he'll get down to maybe 300 HP during like those 5 seconds, and then he'll be playing in the trees as well, and he'll just pop Firefly, then huzzah, 2 heroes are dead.
Don't think he loved me.
But if they get it before...
Oh, look at it go.
If they do manage to get the silence before Firefly, I think that they can bring him down. Like, they've got a couple of slow... Well, they've got a slow. At least. 2 if Crystal Maiden grabs hers, but stun, slow, pre-Firefly, I think he just dies. I mean, we'll certainly find out, that's for sure. So mid lane looking about even at the moment in terms of last hits. Lots of regen on the Troll Warlord too.
I think he kind of has to against the Storm. Like he's playing it like similar to how the Jug would have played it, but the only difference is that he can play it better. But he knows that he's still going to be like trading a lot of HP.
Yeah, there's certainly more opportunities for the Storm Spirit to get harass.
I think Birdie's in trouble as well. He's got 5 quills on him, 2 more and he's dead.
Yeah, getting run down under that tower. Is he gonna? Yeah, he does manage to pick up the first blood, but he might pay with his life for it. Doesn't have a TP. Is anyone going to be able to find him?
He's got a fairy fire. He should be alright.
Yeah, they do know he's there because the creeps are chasing him, but there's no one that's there to close the gap. Warlock's coming in. He wants his revenge, but I don't think he's going to be able to find him.
Man, the changes to Sia makes it really hard for her to jungle as well. At this point, she's like 3 minutes in. She should have hit like level 3 already. But the mana costing means that she has to throw out more clarities.
She's only bought the one. I think maybe she needed to get at least 2 at the start.
Even a mango's not bad either, because it means you can pull and like somewhat stay relatively close to your carry, so you can actually trade hits as well. Just because of that mango's passive regen. But
I don't think you want to trade hits as a Crystal Maiden. You've got 40 damage.
Man.
By the time it gets reduced with armor, and then you factor in the regen and the fact that you're getting hit back, it's not worth it. It's not even worth trying.
Nah, man. Throw those snowflakes.
Looks more like with the set that she's got, it's more like snowballs, I think. Nice soft snowballs that she's thrown at these creeps, and she's found it out by the Warlock. He's just gonna throw some harass, and she's gonna understand that she's got to play it just a little bit safe with Warlock wandering around. So the farm looks like it's going the way of Washed Up at the moment. So first nighttime, we can see Nightstalker getting ready to jump onto Curry Puffs, who's playing under the tower at the moment.
I don't think they can actually kill him. Even with the slow and the silence, he's got his phase boots up already now. So with the Warlock sitting behind him as well, it's very difficult to find that kill.
Curry Puff's doing a fantastic job of zoning out this Storm Spirit.
Oh, this Bristle might be in trouble bottom.
Oh, he's getting run down by Juggernaut with the Blade Fury. In comes Nightstalker. He's going to just miss out on the right click. Getting stunned up by those lucky bounces from Warlock. Changing targets onto the Witch Doctor. Cask is not up yet. Neither is Blade Fury. Juggernaut's going to be able to turn it around and get the kill. Warlock comes in. Drops the stun down.
Well, that's a really good turnaround by them,
Down
actually.
the Crystal Maiden, but she's going to be able to run up. She's got a couple more ticks of Maledict that are going to finish it up, but Juggernaut says, I want the last hits. I've got the healing ward.
Oh, don't worry. You're not contagious.
We've got the salve as well, so he's going to be just fine.
If Bristleback stayed close to actually get hit by the cask, he may have had a chance to proc 1 quill spray, and the Jug would have died in that instance. But they were pretty unlucky with that turnaround there.
They were pretty unlucky with both of those casks, actually.
Oh, mid lane.
Oh, Curry Puff's in trouble. Nightstalker comes in, right click,
Uphill
gets
miss.
evaded, but Nightstalker, he's got the 100 Knight, he makes it to the shrine.
That uphill miss. That was actually really rough for the
That
Storm.
uphill miss, so unlucky, and Nightstalker getting duked out.
And then bottom. Bristol being aggressive on the Witch Doctor as well. He's got Maledict.
Yeah, and Juggernaut's just going to Blade Fury and run him down, and Witch Doctor lives.
A golden thread.
So we saw last game that G4 had quite a dominant laning stage, but this game it looks like it's going back in the opposite direction. Lane's very clearly in favor of Washed Up. 40
I think he's
to 15
Radiant advantage, man.
Doesn't Dire have
Radiant
the
has
statistical
stats
advantage at
advantage.
the moment? Or has that changed back now?
They haven't really changed the map, but like overall, Radiant seems to statistically have the better advantage. But there's some diving top.
Oh, unfortunately, just missed a kill onto the Bat Rider. It's picked up by the Weaver, and Nightstock's pretty low on HP. He's probably just going to run back now. He's not too far away from finishing up his phase boots either. So during the first night, he hasn't really managed to get a whole lot done. I would say he's got the one kill and he's made a little bit of space and forced some rotations. But all in all, I don't think that's really the success he wanted. He's 0-1-1 at the moment at just shy of 8 minutes, and we're about to go back into the second daytime. So he'll be on the sidelines for a little while, and Washed Up will be able to breathe easy for the next 4 minutes, knowing that Nightstalker isn't going to be much of a threat.
Stupendous!
This Crystal Maiden has purely been jungling, and he's only just hit level 4 from the Bounty Rune.
That's true. Changes to jungle have really hurt her viability, but she's still very popular. And the 2 points in the Arcane Aura are what's doing it for her team. So she's only level 4, but all that extra mana that she's offering is just allowing them to do so much more. Interesting, Bristleback's gone for a Soul Ring.
I think that's fine. That's a normal pickup on the Bristleback. The mana regen as well as the HP regen is quite nice for how much gold it gives, especially since the build up was from a Mango. I think if it was still from the Soul Ring, it wouldn't be picked up.
Oh, do you mean the recipe?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen it before, the Soul Ring. He's not really a burst mana hero.
It was played a lot during Manila. When Bristleback was picked, Soul Ring was always either its first or second item, following into like a medallion or something like that.
I do remember seeing the medallion as a Solar Crest being quite popular, but
is under attack.
might have to refresh myself on these Bristleback builds. So it looks like they've rotated the Nightstalker into the mid lane to pick up some experience. So Troll Warlord leading the last hits now, 61-20 versus the 54-3 of the Storm Spirit, 52-20 on the Juggernaut versus the 46-12 on the Weaver, and Batrider 29-4 versus the 26-0.
I think they just got themselves a free kill on this Bristle actually. It was doing the Ancients.
Is he going to be able to live?
Yeah,
He's got 4 magic stick charges. I think he's going to be just fine. It'll be close though.
Yeah, 30 HP.
Warlock, he's gotten cornered now. Getting ganged up on, and Mad just zip zaps in and finds that last hit for himself.
This Weaver really wants the Witch Doctor.
He's not going to get it though. He's going to be able to TP out. Looking at the Storm Spirit, he's gone for the Power Treads first. Do you think? I know that the Bloodstone Rush has been favoured in popularity recently. Do you think he's going back to the classic Power Treads Orchid build?
Nah, he's definitely more.
Oh, Juggernaut in trouble on the bot lane. Blade Fury doing a lot of damage. 2 points in Maledict. He's got 1 more burst left, and it's going to go send the kill the way of Witch Doctor. Alright, in comes Weaver. He gets his stun out, and Witch Doctor's level 6, so he's just going to drop the ultimate, and it's going to zone the Weaver out, but he's going to be able to get that kill anyway, and that cast, bouncing back and forwards. In comes the Night Stalker, manages to pick up the kill. And Warlock just with the spiteful Fatal Bonds.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
That was actually some turnaround there. It looked bad.
Alright, so they know where the Warlock is now. Hunter in the Night showing its strength. In goes the Storm Spirit, and he manages to pick up that... No, it's actually Nightstalk that manages to pick up the kill. So he's hit level 6 now, so he is going to have the Darkness.
That mana cost increase to Nightstalker's Hunter in the Night actually just goes to show how small his mana pool is. He can cast all of his spells once, and once only.
I think you can almost not pick him unless you've got that CM now. It was a popular pairing before, but I think it's pretty much mandatory now.
CM Coddle, Nightstalker could also be the other.
Yeah, that would work too. Looks like Storm Spirit's going to go in for that Bloodstone too, so he's not going for the Orchid.
he really needed the stats. I agree with his choice. I think in pubs it's like almost mandatory to go for your arcane boots, but I think in games like these where people are fighting a lot, you can't really afford to go for the arcane boots.
So normally when you see the arcanes picked up, they go for that point in Electric Vortex, but he's opted to skip it until level 11. The reason for it being is that if you use the Electric Vortex, your time between the Vortex and your next static remnant without power treads isn't enough for you to use the Overload proc without actually missing one of them.
Just what the doctor.
So they normally pick that early for the extra procs. So
Here I am.
I skip Electric Vortex actually. I don't get it until 11 as well because I know I'm going to be farming.
yeah, most do.
Radiant's top tower
normally-
is under attack.
Normally the Vortex.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Mid tower going the way of Troll Warlord.
Dire's
Just pop in the
structures
battle
are
trance to
fortified.
secure that one. Crystal Maiden and Storm Spirit wrapping around. They've got this smoke. Zip zap in onto the Storm Spirit. Remnant pulls him backwards, and Crystal Maiden committing the ultimate.
Top tower has
Not going to be able to get away from that one. And Storm Spirit picks up the kill.
They lost their bristle back.
Alright, they've found the Warlock as well. Golem gets dropped down. It's not going to save him though. He is silenced and stunned up. Crystal Maiden now being run down by the Batrider. He's got Maledict, and that Maledict's going to secure the kill on the Warlock.
Oh, that's a lasso.
Yeah, lasso into Death Ward. Very, very strong combination. Weaver's looking to pick up the last hit here. Does get it for himself.
I think this is the perfect example as to why Drums is really good on the Batrider. He was running down the Crystal Maiden as well as the Night Stalker from before. Just like it had more coverage for the Firefly.
Yeah, Firefly did manage to get a lot of damage done. What did he do? 1,500 damage. No, sorry, that was the Chaotic Offering that did all the damage. So 1,000 damage going the way of Firefly there. So nothing to scoff at all. It did more than the Death Ward, but I think Warlock's really quick Chaotic Offering was the winner of that.
Just gonna go off topic real quickly. If you take a look at the Jug and open up his character portrait, that mask is just... I can't even, you know?
It reminds me of something from Payday 2. So they have found the Juggernaut. Silence comes out. He is able to get off the spin. He's going to go for the TP. And brilliant cask saves his life too.
Man.
In comes
No
the
procs
Warlock.
there.
I don't think he realized that there was 3 heroes there. Troll Warlord at the top, man fighting with the Night Stalker, but that mischance is going to be enough to save his life as they drop the Warlock in the backlines. In comes the Storm Spirit, pulling down. Yep, brings down the Warlock. So the Troll Warlord.
Where's Team? Team Plus. It honestly looks like they ditched him there. But like the way the storm came in, like they had no choice. But really unlucky by G4 for not having that last proc to stop, like to kill the Jug during the spin TP.
Yeah, Warlock's had some really lucky bounces. It looks like was that okay? The Night Stalker kills Witch Doctor.
And Witch Doctor killed the CM through Maledict and ulti. That was actually pretty
And-
funny.
Yeah,
Radiant structures are
unfortunately we missed that one.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under
Alright,
attack.
looking to secure this bottom tower now. It looks like it's just gonna G4 are just gonna let
Radiant's
this one
bottom
go.
tower has fallen.
No, sorry, not G4. That's
Washed up.
yeah.
Washed up. Yep. I actually think, despite how net worth looks behind a bit for Washed Up, they're actually not that far behind.
Alright, unfortunately, Batrider's been found out.
Is under attack.
The money bugs from Weaver giving them the vision, enabling Crystal Maiden to get the frostbite and drop the ultimate on his face. And Storm Spirit's just DC'd. So Bristleback's gone in for that Vanguard. He doesn't have an item queued up yet either, so I'll be interested to see what he goes next, but I think against this lineup, it has to be the Solar Crest, doesn't it?
Sorry, I dropped something.
No, you're right. I was just saying, I
think-
think Bristleback has to get the Solar Crest next, right? Like against the Juggernaut and the Troll Warlord?
The Soul Crest is really good. The armor buff is great against the Witch Doctor as well. I think his progression this game should definitely be like Solar Crest into a Lotus Orb.
Dire's middle tower
That's
is
gonna
under
hurt the
attack.
Batrider as well.
Yeah, they're lacking any real save for the Batrider initiation. There's no Oracle, there's no Abaddon, there's no Vengeful Spirit, any of those classic anti-Batrider heroes. So it looks like as Weaver finished up,
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
he hasn't finished up his Lincolns yet. So Bristleback, he does have the Maledict, but I don't think it's going to be enough damage. Juggernaut commits the ult, doesn't get the bounces, but the Blade Fury is enough to finish him off. So this is a much more even game at this point. So about a 2,500 net worth lead in favor of G4, and experience just sitting at just a bit over 3,000. So the Bloodstone is finished up on the Storm Spirit now. So he's got those 12 charges and he's going for a Lincoln's as his next item. Not really excited about the prospect of being lassoed, I think. Or casked. But
I
as
actually
far
don't
as-
think that Watchdog can actually stop the Storm from jumping supports. At the moment, their only counter initiation for him is really like the lasso. They can't rely on the cask.
Yeah, they don't really have very many single targeted spells, do they? They've got Shadow Word from the Golem. Oh, looks like there's a fight going on in mid. Both teams just posturing at the moment, applying the pressure to this mid
Oh man,
lane.
the Batrider. Batrider nearly died top to the Weaver as well, as one hit away from dying.
Looks like he's TP'd back. So CM going for the wrap round. She's found herself the Storm Spirit. She drops the ultimate. In comes Storm Spirit from the sidelines. Manages to pick up the kill.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And looks like washed up. But just going to back up and let this tower go down.
Radiant structures
And Juggernaut
are
pushing on that
fortified.
bottom tower as well. So you might look to be able to get a
Radiant's
trade
middle
off.
tower is under attack.
Just a maiden just trying to slow down that push a little bit.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Alright, Storm Spirit zips in, pulls himself the Warlock, who drops the Golem right on top as well. Unfortunately, they're not able to... Troll's not able to get a kill under this Storm Spirit. Running away now, tables have turned. Batrider drops the lasso, drags back the Weaver, who's then blown up by the Witch Doctor ultimate. Looks like they're going to pick up... Oh, Juggernaut drops the ultimate, does manage to get the kill onto the Bristleback there.
The fight was very split for them. The Storm Spirit and the Night Stalker chased after the Troll Warlord. And with the way they initiated, it's like I said before, they had nothing to stop the Storm.
Dire's
So he just
bottom
came in,
tower has been
controlled the
denied.
Troll Warlord, and just like zipped out after the rock came in.
Yeah, the only reliable stun that they have is Cask, and with the Lincolns, it's going to be so hard for him to get that as well. Like I was just mentioning before the fight started, that they only have a handful of targeted spells. They've got Cask, they've got Lasso, and they've got Shadow Word. Is that it? Am I missing anything? Are those the only three spells that they have that target a hero?
They have Jug Ult. They can break it through that.
But that's true. That's true. They do have the Jug ult.
But they have to lasso at the same time. That's the only way to kill, to be honest. After that, it's all down to the Batrider getting yours.
I mean, if you're Storm Spirit and you get ulted by Juggernaut, you just zip out. There's not really much to be scared about there at all. Alright, so they've found the Night Stalker. Troll's got the Diffusal Blades, who's going to be able to slow him up. Mischance
Actually, I
coming into play here. The Maledict's probably going to be able to get the kill. CM dropping the ultimate in the back lines. Nerf to Batrider, meaning that he can't interrupt the ultimate. And only simply displace her a little bit, but ultimately trading the
Dire's top tower
plus 4 Night Stalker for the Witch Doctor. So probably not the trade that they wanted, but it is going to open them up the ability to start putting some pressure onto this tower.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Batman
attack.
jumped in there himself, actually. He was by himself, and like he saw the Witch Doctor and still went in.
So another tower going the way of G4 now.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Yeah, in the end, that trade worked out really well for them, despite losing the Night Stalker.
Yeah, having that Witch Doctor on the sidelines just meant that they could push in without fear of another Lasso Death Ward combination, which has proven to be the only way that they're able to bring down some of these cores.
I'll take that as tribute. Stupendous.
So Weaver not very far away from finishing up that Lincoln's. He's about 1,000 gold, so we're going to see this probably around the 25-minute mark, I think.
Oh man, this is really bad for G4 right now.
Oh, Warlock drops the Golem. They're going to be able to pick up a kill on the Batrider, who's trying to TP out, and he is able to make it. Bristleback trying to run away, but
Is under attack.
positioning not working for him.
That was really poorly executed by G4. They used the Storm Spirit to like fight the Troll Warlord on the left side, and he started like constantly losing mana because it was zipping and pulling remnants. So Troll ended up just turning around.
Long range zip into onto the Troll Warlord. Does manage to pick up the kill. Night Stalker out of mana, not able to turn any kill onto this Batrider. Night Stalker just being a pesky nuisance. He's found himself the Witch Doctor on the back lines. And Batrider looking for a grab. He doesn't have the lasso on cooldown though.
Man, feels bad, you know, when you play a Storm, you're doing so well, and then all of a sudden you're on 10 charges instead of like 15.
Yeah, he did manage to get the denial from the last fight, so no gold going the way, but it's certainly going to slow him up a little bit as they look to take this Roche. So they've got the Desolator, they've got the Goo,
Sean has fallen to the Dire.
they've got the Medallion. They just dropped that so quickly. Actually,
This is actually really good
They have two
with the eye
medallions.
progression. Yep, they've got one on the Night Stalker who's going to build into the Solar Crest, and then this holding onto a casual medallion means you get the bonuses of both.
Alright, Storm Spirit goes in, catches himself out the Batrider, who's very quickly brought down. Cast goes out, bounces around a couple times, and Maledict onto Storm Spirit, which isn't going to do a whole lot of damage.
Let the fun begin.
That's also a Crimson Guard completed for the Bristleback as well.
That's going to
And
give
a
them
Lincoln's
a
for the Weaver.
lot of strong sieging potential. I think that after they take this top tower, they probably just look to go high ground.
Especially with the Aegis up on Storm as well, like their high ground is really good because they have all this armor to nullify the Troll and the Witch Doctor. I think the only threat for them is definitely
Right, Storm
the
zips in,
Batrider.
catches himself out the Juggernaut. They're not going to be able to get killed just yet though. Troll Warlord popping the ultimate, chasing back down. They do manage to get the kill onto the Warlock, so no Golem initiation. Although I think it was on cooldown, so no big loss there. And this tower's going to be free.
Radiant's top
That
tower
cast
has
though,
fallen.
the paralyzing cast managed to stop them from actually getting 3 kills instead of 2.
Yeah, Warlock. He's found himself in the right position all the time. So he's been a little bit lucky on some of his bounces, I think, but you know he's been in that position to be lucky. So very well played by him. I think if you Storm, you're probably feeling pretty safe at the moment. You've got the
Until
Aegis.
the Aegis expires.
Well, you've got the Aegis, but even then, he's almost got his Lincoln Sphere. By the time Aegis expires, he'll have his Lincolns. And then how do you kill him? How do you control this Storm Spirit?
Lots of diffusal blades and him overextending apparently is the correct answer.
So they've got 2 Diffusal Blades. So they've got one on the Troll Warlord and one on the Juggernaut. But I really like that this game, actually. I've always been a fan of the Diffusal on the Troll. I think it's really underutilized. Like, that attack speed with Diffusal Blade is just one of the most sickening things that can possibly that you can possibly have happen to you.
I think if this was the old Diffusal Blade, it'd be much stronger. Because back then it used to burn 50 mana. I'm pretty sure it was 50 mana. But now it's been changed to 16 mana.
It burns
from melee illusions. It is still 50.
burns 50.
Yeah. I looked at the wrong one.
Yeah, he doesn't really run illusions. I think it's 15 for illusions. So Juggernaut's
18. 16 and 8.
So Juggernaut's found himself the Bristleback. I think he's going to be able to get the kill here. Drops the Blade Fury. Cast comes out and holds him in place long enough to get the kill. And ooh, Birdie goes down.
Your vital thread is broken.
I think they can still probably catch the Weaver if they commit it, but
I think they're happy
it
to
looks like they
let
want
that
to play
go.
safe. Yeah. Sure, Warlock got picked off as well in the top side.
Like
by
they
the
don't.
Storm.
Yeah. Wow. This Storm. He's getting those Bloodstone charges back now, so he'll be quite happy about that.
Radiant's
He's
bottom
just at level
tower
20
is
and he's
under
going in
attack.
for the Orchid. Opting to go for the 40 attack speed rather than the +8 armor. So I think rightfully so. He's feeling pretty safe about his position,
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
even into all this melee right-click damage.
The only scary thing is definitely going to be the Diffusal Blades, to be honest.
Yeah, a lucky bash from Troll, and you could find that he's just out of mana.
It's just more so that the Diffusal Blades are just proccing the Lincoln Sphere. Like, they don't really need Diffusal Blade charges for anything else other than dispelling the Crimson Guard active. So this is like actually a really safe play from Washed Ups to do, just because of like the agi gain that they get from it can be utilized really well, and the fact that Manta on Jug is like such a natural thing.
Alright, in comes the Batrider. Just a little slow on the Weaver to get that Lincoln's out. Storm zips in, manages to grab the Warlock, who goes invis, drops the Golem.
Well, that's a
Death
good
Ward
proc.
coming out, and Crystal Maiden is just letting it go all over the team right now. She's getting run down. They do manage to pick up the kill. G4 on the retreat. In comes Batrider. Slow's coming out, doing a lot of work, but he is going to die as well. Nightstalker in some trouble now. Weaver's found himself the Juggernaut on the back lines, going 1-for-1 at the moment. He's not killed by the Juggernaut. Didn't get the lucky bounces, and Weaver going invis wasn't able to turn the kill, and so that's a team wipe.
That
They've
looks
got the
so
Weaver
good
and
for
the
Washed Up.
Bristleback.
Radiant's middle
It
tower
was
is under attack.
almost the perfect fight,
Radiant's
but
structures are fortified.
I just think they overextended a little bit.
Actually,
And-
what happened to the Storm? He had Aegis when he died. I swear he had Aegis still.
It must have just timed out.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's
Deep
middle
dive by
barracks
Weaver.
are under
I can't help but
attack.
think that's a mistake by him, and that he should just be focusing on Rax. They've only got 8 seconds till Batrider's back up.
Radiant's middle barracks has
Alright,
fallen.
Range Rax goes down. In comes Storm Spirit. He's found himself... Yeah, got himself the Witch Doctor. Zipping back over onto the Warlock now.
He's looking for more. Oh, what a last
Oh,
night.
Lincoln's
They get
ins
a buyback
popped.
from Lincoln.
Almost gonna drag him back in. Weaver just a little bit slow in that Lincoln's again.
I think the only reason why he was slow was because the Storm had his own Lincolns up at the time. Batrider popped it with his Force Staff, which is why he wasn't able to drag him into the
Radiant's
fountain.
bottom tower is under attack.
Do you think the play, if you cast your Lincolns onto someone, does it prop the one that was cast on them first, or both at the same time? So fight breaking out, Storm Spirit goes immediately onto the backlines, picks up
Oh, what a bash!
picks up a kill.
Oh my god.
Bash comes out, secures the kill. And this is what we were talking about earlier, that a bash onto the Storm Spirit would be enough to take him down before he knew exactly what hit him. So Nightstalker manning up onto the Juggernaut, chasing him down. He's going to have the Blade Fury up in a second. Yep, Silencer's out. He's going to try and make his way to the Shrine. And double heals coming out. He is chased down, and the Desolator damage from the Weaver was enough to get it done. And Bristleback has found himself on the wrong side here.
He's way too strong though. It's really hard for them to kill him at the moment, but he's actually doing a lot of work. He's just zoned out the supports.
Juggernaut just died. Did we see how that happened? Was it just a quill spray?
He
A
got
rogue quill
he got
spray?
stoned out by the Weaver, I'm pretty sure.
If you whistle back, can
like
you
the
turn
Weaver
around
and
here and
Ice
take this fight?
Yeah.
Oh, he's gonna try, but he's gonna get taken down. And Crystal Maiden trading her life for a Warlock.
Plus 60 damage, man. Plus 60 damage.
Plus 60.
Yeah. That CM only got the kill on the Witch Doctor because of the plus 60
Oh,
talent tree.
right. Yes, yes. Speaking of plus damage, Troll Warlord, plus 40. Plus 40, plus Fervor, plus Battle Trance, plus Diffusal Blade. He's got the BKB finish now too. Storm
I think he's
Spirit.
nearly unkillable. They just need Silver Edges now.
Double darkness.
Are they terribly far away from that? Yeah, Troll Warlord's going for the Diffusal 2 first, which is quite a reasonable pickup, and Juggernaut's got a Basher now too. So they've got a bit of, between Juggernaut and Troll, they've got a little bit of RNG lockdown here.
Remains. Now over here.
Being one Rex behind, the net worth doesn't seem to be that bad either for 32 minutes. This definitely looks recoverable. Just if they manage to find two good team fights, like they're going for the smoke play. If they manage to pick off the Storm, because he's like on 8 charges at the moment, but they want Roshan actually. Yeah, if they
Roshan
manage to
is
get
up.
a really good fight,
They're probably able to take this suit fist. So Bat's found himself a grab. He's managed to grab the CM.
I think they're going to take more here.
I think they've got to be careful with this Weaver. He's doing a lot of damage. He's got MKB and Desolator. So running into the back lines, he's not quite able to pick himself up a kill on the Warlock. Sorry, on the got rock dropped by Warlock. Death Ward getting committed as well. Manages to take down the Bristleback. Weaver now in trouble, getting run down. One more right click's going to get it done. Not able to find it though. The Batriders drag the Storm Spirit up onto the top line, who's now out of mana. He can't get down. He's stuck. They can't see him.
They have no vision.
In a second, he's going to be able to zip down. Actually, he's going to just be able to TP out. Yeah, he's going to
Oh, he
TP
got
out.
the
Troll
Weaver.
Warlord
What a
found himself the
bash.
Weaver. He's
What
found
a
himself the
bash.
Night Stalker. Just absolutely manning up here.
Is under attack.
Got the Weaver during bash as well, so Weaver didn't have time lapse anyway, but he could have Sakuchi'd out. That's actually a really nice fight for Washed Up, despite how poorly it started out for them. Because now they're able to take Roshan. Because unless Storm makes the play by himself, I don't think I think they give up the Roshan here.
Yeah, I don't think they can contest it. But they're going to try. Crystal Maiden dropping the ultimate. She might find herself the kill on the Troll Warlord if she's lucky. Storm Spirit's there. He's going to zip in. He is going to be able to get the kill. But Juggernaut's there, and he's just going to try and finish this up before Storm can zip in again. Okay, so they are running back down, in with the Bristleback. Not going to be in time, though. And Juggernaut's able to pick up both the Agates and the Cheese. Storm Spirit going in, grabs himself the Witch Doctor. Not able to get the Glim Cape off in time, and Juggernaut running away. Understanding that if he hangs around, he's going to be in a bit of trouble.
As tribute.
That was actually very costly. Despite getting the Aegis like secured for them, they still lost 2 heroes for it. Especially like losing a Troll Warlord at that instance is actually very bad.
Do you think it's more important, though, that they deny the Aegis to G4?
I think if the Warlock didn't TP bottom, it would have been a lot better for them. But yeah, like denying the Aegis against the Storm is probably one of the best things you can do, because I think he's got the cheese as well, because that was the second Roshan. And denying cheese against the Storm Spirit or a Bristle is definitely well worth giving up the Troll for.
Yeah, Bristle.
Just not ideal.
I actually think that Bristle with cheese is stronger than Bristle with Aegis. Reason being is that you rarely find yourself getting burst down fast enough to not be able to activate the cheese. And while you're dead, you are not proccing. You can't use Quill Spray. You are not proccing Bristleback. And your stacks deplete.
Yeah, man. Like people die when they're killed. You know.
We saw what happened to EG. Killing the Bristleback, and he died, but he got a triple kill just from Bristleback procs. So Bristleback closing in a heart now too. He's gone for that Volvo truck build, just virtually indestructible. He's got the Solar Crest, he's got the Crimson Guard, Reaver, Vitality Boost. He's still got the stick, and he's got the Power Treads as well.
He's actually so hard to kill. The Solar Crest that's on the Warlock is probably going to be the main factor in probably killing the Bristleback.
They really need to look for these silver edges. So Troll Warlord, he's got the Shadow Blade, but he's a little bit away from getting the silver edge. So hopefully he can get it before they find themselves really needing it. And it looks like Juggernaut's gone in for the Abyssal Blade.
I think he definitely needs the Abyssal against the Storm Spirit. Breaks the Lincolns with the Diffusal Blade and then just
they've just got another form of lockdown. So they didn't necessarily have the heroes needed to lock him down, but they're certainly itemizing for it. This Weaver's huge, man. Have you seen him?
MKB, Hurricane
Pike, Deso, MKB, Lincolns. I mean, he's got a little bit of room to grow yet, but he's massive. I think he beats any one of the heroes in a 1v1, just about, unless they get some lucky bashes. So Troll Warlord, Invis, gonna find himself the Crystal Maiden. Deleted. Just absolutely deleted. Lasso!
Oh, beautiful lasso.
Beautiful lasso. Catches him out. Death Ward committed. He does manage to get the time-lapse off in time. It's gonna save his life, only for a time being, though. Full duration, Death Ward comes out. And that's a beautiful fight for Washed Up. Slow coming out onto the Bristleback. He's dead here. I was just talking about how tanky he is, but yeah, he's stuffed. It's just a matter of when and how many Bristlebacks they proc between him and death.
Definitely having that Solar Crest actually helps kill him because of the percentage chance to get accuracy. Because the Bristleback himself,
she's found herself the Troll Warlord. Troll Warlord does have the Shadow Blade though, so he's just gonna be able to run away. Very close to that Bloodthorn finishing him off.
I think they want this.
Oh, no bashes. He did use the Diffusal Blade, but not quite fast enough for that. Sorry, he did, use the Diffusal Blade, but not quite fast enough with the Abyssal.
Out of range, man. It was so hard, actually, because he just walked up to him. So the Storm was just like, okay, goodbye.
Does he need a Blink Dagger?
I feel like he needs a Blink Dagger.
And he's got the space for it as well.
Yeah, right now it's only just the Batrider going in. And speaking of Batrider, he gets himself picked off by 3 heroes in bot lane.
Yeah, as does the Warlock. And
Yep,
Warlock's used the Golem now too.
The axe pick up by the Night Stalker means they have got a lot more map control now.
He doesn't have a gem highlighter, but that'll probably come out very shortly as well. So having a look at the net worth, it was about a 15,000 net worth lead in favor of G4. Slowly coming back now, about 7.5 still in favor of G4. And having a look at XP graph, it's just about even. Just a couple of thousand.
This is probably due to the fact that Washed Up actually have like 2 really good scaling cores, as well as the fact that they have the Batrider, which is like a single target chrono pretty much.
He's doing work this game too. He's done such a fantastic job of cancelling these Lincoln Spheres and still managing to get the lasso before anyone has a chance to react. Like, you saw him grab that Weaver in the last fight. He's just masterful. So quick.
And you can't disregard the supports as well. Like, they've been doing a lot of work during team fights. The Cask has been there perfectly. The counter plays by Warlock when he drops his rock has always managed to hit two to 3 people each time. Just like stopping them in the tracks so that the Troll or the Jug can just single one hero down.
Alright, Smoke Play comes out. So they know that the Batrider's here. Instant blink in. Wow! Did you see that? He blinks in, grabs himself, disables the CM with the Yules, grabs the Night Stalker. Again, this Batrider, absolutely masterful. He blinks back in to try and pick up the kill on the CM, and it goes the way of the Troll Warlord, and Bristleback, he's on his own here.
He doesn't care, to be honest. I think he should be alright.
I think if they are... No, he's dead. He's actually just dead here.
Radiant's
So
bottom
Storm
tower
Spirit
is under
just
attack.
pushing out in the mid lane there.
Radiant's
Juggernaut keeping back to slow up the push.
Actually, they definitely can't high grounds now that they sent 2 heroes back.
I have to give mad props to Batrider here. Like that was brilliant. I know I mentioned before, but I'll just miss it again in case you missed it. He blinked in, Yules the CM so she couldn't frostbite and stop him, and then he lassoed the Night Stalker. All in a split second. He basically single-handedly secured them both of those kills.
This Storm is getting out of hand, actually. Like, even more so than what he was before. He's finished his Bloodstone as well as his Lincoln's. Oh, well. He's looking towards the Sheepstick as well. Like, he's going to be able to control the Batrider if they want to, or even just kill off, like, Jug or Troll.
Alright, so Storm Spirit's find himself the Batrider, who was looking for a kill, I think, but looks like the kill has found him. Juggernaut running in, drops the Abyssal Blade onto the Night Stalker. Witch Doctor dropping the ultimate is going to get killed up here. Or not quite, juking out around the trees, but he is found eventually, and wow, he's playing fantastic. This Witch Doctor, man, are you seeing this? He does get taken down in the end though, but just juking out for so long.
This
Storm
regen rune is
Spirit
doing
back
work.
in, manages to pick up the Warlock, but not before he's able to drop the Golem. On the retreat now, Juggernaut running back, he's getting charged down, and yeah, he's gone. And Troll Warlord, I guess at this point, he's just trying to cut the wave and stop them from being able to
Radiant's
take too
bottom
much.
tower is under attack.
We were already going to work on that bottom tower. Buyback from the Juggernaut. Just going to force him to retreat here. So both of these huge cores up. So Troll Warlord's up. Juggernaut's up.
I just want to say that that last fight, that Storm was actually controlling the fight more so than the other heroes. Because at the start when they picked off the Batrider, he blocked on the Batrider, so he was deleted quickly, and then sat on the side waiting for the 2 supports to show up, and immediately jumped for them at the back line. He actually managed to zone out the Witch Doctor and the Warlock before like just killing them slowly from right clicks.
Yeah, the Witch Doctor managed to juke him out for a little bit. I think that probably went more in favor of Washed Up, to be honest, because he had, rather than the Storm Spirit focusing down the cores, he got so distracted just chasing down these supports.
They
And it
still
wasn't
killed
even-
off the Jug and forced the buyback though in the end.
Yeah, the fight definitely went the way of G4 in the end, but I think you should be pretty happy with your play there if you're Witch Doctor.
That's another regen rune for the Storm as well. He had it in the last fight.
So Juggernaut going in for a Skadi now. Call me crazy, but I actually think if he went for like a Hex, that would be an amazing pickup. Imagine if Juggernaut had Hex.
Actually,
Am I crazy?
Sorry. I feel like he doesn't need it. If he didn't have the Abyssal, then I'd say like Hex is okay.
Alright, Storm Spirit with a short range blink. Unfortunately he misses out on getting the person he was after, but absolutely annihilates the Witch Doctor. Blinking back in, Warlock does have the Ghost Scepter, and the Force Staff is going to pull him out of harm's way just for time being, but right clicks, again, Death Golem comes out. Batrider getting taken down as well by the Weaver, who's just absolutely massive, and okay, buybacks ahoy.
Goodbye Bristle though.
Kill out for
It's hard for us
Juggernaut.
to take this fight now actually.
Do you think he's going to be able to catch this Weaver? No. He will be able to grab the CM in a second, though. He's got the Force Staff and the Yules, and now the Blink. Yep. Grabs the lasso, pulls it backwards. In comes the Storm Spirit,
there's
though.
a play.
Catches the Batrider. They do get the kill anyway, and Storm Spirit finding himself just out of mana, and now Nightstalk is here as well. Getting controlled up. And Roche has just respawned. And what to... Oh! The bash! Storm Spirit comes back in. He's found himself the Troll Warlord.
Oh, the cheese though.
Nightstalker
Cheese turnaround.
Nightstalker getting controlled. Yep. Manages to save himself. Get the kill out onto the Storm Spirit. Chasing down the Nightstalker now. This fight taking place on so many different levels. Weaver managing to clean up the Batrider as well. So that's a dieback on the Batrider.
I don't know who's winning now. Like the fights went to the G4 and then they went to washed up and then it went back to G4 and this is getting to like a weird late game. Yeah.
I just feel like this game could go either way right now. Oh, Weaver going into the back lines and going straight for that range rax.
They can't do anything because they're rushing right now.
And they might even lose the wall up here.
Finish Roche.
He's getting so much. And he's just going to be able to get out completely scot-free. I'm completely shocked he didn't just annihilate the Warlock then.
I'll take that.
I think they're going to run into the Jug. With the Storm here as well. I think they're going to lose both heroes here. The Storm doesn't have enough mana to get away.
Alright, Warlock drops the Golem. They have managed to get the Weaver. He does get the Glimpse back out and he's going to be able to run away. So no one died, but the Golem is down. Weaver being an absolute, what an absolute bastard. Is this Admiral Bulldog on Weaver? He's getting so much done, he's making so much space. He's playing off the hook at the moment. I think he's the reason that they might still be in this game.
This'll come in handy.
Do you think they just go for the rat game now? If you're G4, you just play rat?
I think G4 can still take the fight. They just need
Oh,
to
they've
take the
found
fight.
themselves the Juggernaut. Gets the spin out. He's gonna try and TP. In comes the Night Stalker, but they don't have the damage.
They have nothing to pierce BKB at the moment. MKB is the only thing.
And yeah, the Weaver just wasn't able to get it. He did find himself a Golem though, so. Actually,
Oh, I
Golem
forgot
went
they had
away
a
with Night Stalker.
Bristle. They had a Bristleback? I actually forgot him in like the past 5 minutes.
Yeah, he hasn't really been in the fight. So Smoke Play comes out. They're looking for a pick. They find themselves the CM, and they're completely ignoring the CM with Troll Warlord opting to go in on the Bristleback instead, which is an interesting choice. She's now dropping the ultimate. She does get cleaned up. Warlock Golem gets dropped down. No, that's the Death Golem. Sorry. So they did manage to pick up the kill. And Bristleback is getting run down now by the Juggernaut. Jets push backwards. I think they're going to be able to get this kill. A couple more procs is going to be a bit of a pain in the butt. Troll Warlord coming back to life now.
It's just as you said before, the rat game. They're just taking down the tier 3 and the Weaver's still fighting. He's trying to like keep him off the Storm Spirit.
They just have such elusive heroes. And look, he's going to take this. Just on his own. And out he goes. Just like that.
This is some cheeky plays. This is making it much harder than it should be for Washed Up.
This must be, you must be so frustrated if you're washed up at the moment, especially playing heroes like Troll and Juggernaut, who just want to go toe to toe with these heroes. But with the exception of the Bristleback, all the heroes want to do is they want to get in, they want to play hit and run, they want to jump in, they want to do some damage, they want to get back out, just playing so elusive.
Yeah, they need mobility on the Jug as well. Like at the moment, Jug has to walk in still, and he has to like hit whatever's close to him. And that's a really good disable
Oh,
right
and
there.
they've caught him there.
Jug.
Hex comes out, bunch of right clicks, and he's down.
No buyback.
He's got no buyback either.
Let's see how many buybacks. There's only one buyback available on Radiant.
He's not far away
Troll
from
Warlord will have his.
yeah, Troll Warlord's got his, and we're a minute away from the buyback. He's got enough gold for it. So perhaps they can stall out long enough, or perhaps not, you know, given that this range Rax is on 61 HP and there's a Weaver. He could just go in and
deny it, to be honest. I would actually at this point probably deny and then call GG.
I would right now.
Here we go. Forces out the Wishlock ulti and just gets out fine. They need a lasso to kill him.
And they even managed to get the so they got the courier too.
Oh man, this is getting worse and worse for them.
It's just looking like GG. They've got the... Yeah, they... Oh, no, he's just... Okay, no, he's gone. I thought I was...
the troll.
Golem gets dropped. He's still got the death Golem.
Yeah, but creeps are taking their base at the same time.
Yeah, Storm Spirit comes in, doing Storm Spirit things. I think if you're Warlock, you just let yourself die here and get the Death Golem. Here it comes. And
one hero's alive.
There's the cheeky Hex. There's the Death Golem.
Buyback is up for the Jug as well with the Warlock, but Are they
I
desperate
think,
enough?
I think as Warlock, you just run in and you die again, and you get another golem. This is the new meta. It's the new meta strategy.
It looks like they've given up, and
Oh, I
50
think
minutes.
they've got one more. They've got one more fight left into them. Storm Spirit going straight in there. Bristleback just tanking this tower, and they're just going to wipe them in their own base. Death Golem comes out, and they've waited for the Ancient to fall. Fantastic game being played here by G4. Very frustrating game for that to end that way.
It honestly looked like that Washed Up could have turned it around during the mid game as well.
It certainly was going back in their direction for quite a while. And for a little while there, I remember I even said, you know, this could go both way. But in the end, G4 take the series 2-0.
Yeah, congratulations to G4 as well. But like, I think that game number 2, with their lineup, their Bristleback did work in the early game, made so much space, forced rotations. But then like in the late game, I even forgot he was even in there, because like all the focus was on the Night Stalker, on the Weaver, and on the Storm, and like all of Washed Up just overshadowed the Bristleback. You would focus more on the Witch Doctor than you would on the Bristle. It just showed like the impact that these heroes had.
Bristleback
Which determines
sort of stopped looking like a hero at all. Like he was able to get just destroyed by the Troll Warlord and the Juggernaut.
the Maledict was so important against them as well.
Oh,
They did, in the
especially
end,
when
like
you've got
Silver
heart,
Age-
it just does so much damage.
yeah.
And I think if you're washed up, you shouldn't be too disappointed in losing that game. Like the cause, like the troll and the jug, and especially Batright. Actually, everyone on washed up played so well that game. I think it was just the strength of those G4 cores on the Storm Spirit and the Weaver just being so elusive that the troll and the jug weren't able to maintain any sort of uptime unless they were able to get a couple lucky bashes or an abyssal hit outside of Lincoln's.
Definitely have to agree with you there. Washed up, like they played well, but in the end they just couldn't find the RNG that they really needed.
Yeah, and when it comes down to RNG to win games, you're certainly in a bad spot. I certainly in the last 10 minutes, I was struggling to see how they were going to win that game, especially with Weaver just ratting them out. So, all in all, fantastically played by both teams, and I think in the end, it was G4's draft that won it for them. So, thanks everyone for joining us tonight, and thank you to Yamachen for being my Cinderin.
Thanks for having me tonight. It was